What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will talk about the Sheffield United Liverpool game and the Premier League title race, because I think Liverpool have a genuine, brilliant chance to win the Premier League title this season, because Man City are in their worst run of form since Pep Guardiola's first season, where Man City I think finished 3rd or 4th. They have not won in 4 games, 3 draws and 1 losses, 4 points from 4 games. That's relegation form for Manchester City. Of course they played some of the toughest teams in that run, but still the previous years of Man City would have won 2 or 3 of these games, and the way that they lost to Aston Villa shows me that this Man City team is not as strong as they were last season. They played 4 games without Rodri. They lost all 4 of them, which is absolutely incredible. When Rodri is suspended, then Man City lose 100%. That is absolutely what a crazy statistic. And I think Liverpool have as good a chance as Arsenal to win the Premier League title. Maybe even a little bit of a higher chance because we have better firepower, but you could argue maybe Arsenal have a better defensive midfield department compared to Liverpool. But I think Endo was absolutely terrific against Sheffield United. I wanted Endo to start this game and he showed what a great player he is, and he's constantly improving and getting used to the Premier League. The biggest worry for Liverpool is that Joel Matip, Jurgen Klopp confirmed that he ruptured his knee ligaments, his ACL, which means Joel Matip's season is over. And to say that at the beginning of December is absolutely heartbreaking, because Joel Matip alongside Virgil van Dijk is the best centre-back partnership I think in the Premier League. They collected 2.3 goals points, 2.3 points per game on average, which is title winning form. And also they conceded 0.8 goals. I mean, Liverpool conceded 0.8 goals when Matip and Van Dijk started as a centre-back partnership. And now what is really significant is that Liverpool are 4 points clear of Man City, and Aston Villa play Arsenal next on the weekend. What a massive game that is. Aston Villa are now genuine top 4 contenders. I won't say title contenders, because for Aston Villa to be considered title contenders they probably have to beat Arsenal and they have to show consistently that they can beat the bigger teams. But Aston Villa are now on an amazing winning run. I think they have won 15 games in a row at home or something like crazy like that, or 16 games in a row. Their away form is a lot more patchy, but since Unai Emery took over, since the beginning of 2023, Aston Villa have the 2nd most points in the Premier League. And I mean, on the basis of that, you have to say they are title contenders, because apart from Man City, nobody collected more points than Aston Villa in 2023 in the Premier League. I heard that statistic. But first, let's talk about the Sheffield United-Liverpool game, because this was a really gritty performance by both teams. Sheffield United, of course, under their new manager Chris Wilder, they were rejuvenated and they really put Liverpool under pressure. I thought the referee Simon Hooper, he shouldn't referee Premier League games. He's just not good enough. When does the Premier League realize that? He's the referee who failed to award Luis Diaz's perfectly good goal. Then he was on the end of a massive controversy again. Not as big as the Luis Diaz offside goal, which wasn't offside, not given. But the Man City Tottenham game, you know, the Haaland was screaming in his face. Why does Haaland not get a ban and a punishment for that, by the way? Because the Premier League is campaigning for more respect to the referees. And yet, on all the back pages in England, there is Haaland screaming in the referee's face, like grabbing him, and yet he escapes punishment. When Virgil van Dijk, who didn't do as severe offense towards the referee against Newcastle, he got a 1-match ban. So Simon Hooper missed so many big goals in my opinion in this game. I mean, McAllister's leg was stomped on by a Sheffield United player. In the first 10 minutes, McAllister had to be substituted in the second half. He picked up an injury and the referee didn't give a yellow card even to the Sheffield United player. Jurgen Klopp said he got stepped on his knee, there was a cut. As long as the wound was open, we just strapped it. Obviously it was painful, but he could play on. And then we stitched it, but then obviously it got a bit tighter there and then he couldn't move anymore. Now we have to see how long that will take. I hope not too long. So McAllister had such a wound in his leg that it had to be stitched up at half time probably to continue playing on, and the referee didn't even give a yellow. There was a push on McAteer, the Sheffield United player, by Konate, which I think he dives and falls over too easily before the Van Dijk goal, which was, by the way, a brilliant corner by Trent Alexander-Arnold, who for some reason pushes his trousers down and his ass crack was visible, clear as day, in the camera. I'm not sure if that was deliberate, but it was a cheeky corner by Trent Alexander-Arnold by all counts, and Virgil van Dijk smashes it home into the back of the net. There was a Sheffield United player falling over before that, but the replays showed that Van Dijk didn't really trip him or push him, so VAR checked it and the goal was rightfully given. And then it was a lot of grit and a lot of scraps, and it wasn't a very spectacular game, but these midweek games in the cold wintry conditions are very rarely spectacular. And then Darin Nunes came on and he really livened the game up. I think my man of the match is probably Dominic Solanke. He also had a brilliant game, and Dominic Solanke, my man, scores another goal for Liverpool. Now that's his third or fourth Liverpool goal already, but Darin Nunes came on and it really livened up the Liverpool attack, because he was always running the channels, always running in behind, and that's what Liverpool have been missing. He missed a big chance again, Darin Nunes, but as long as he keeps getting the chances, I'm not too worried about it. And then Darin Nunes, he again gets a great chance. He runs through, he loses the ball, and then he goes back and tackles the player from behind. And I think another referee who sees the game better probably gives that as a foul and maybe even a yellow card for Darin Nunes. Yes, he first got the ball, but if that was done to a Liverpool player, I would be saying that's a foul. So just to be unbiased, I'm going to say that should have been a foul probably on Darin Nunes, but the referee didn't give it, so the play was let continue, and then Darin Nunes puts in an absolutely delicious cross into the box where Szoboszlai is unmarked in the 94th minute. He takes a touch and then rifles it into the near post top corner, and Szoboszlai, after he got an early substitution because of tiredness, was back to his best. He had 91 touches, 90% pass accuracy. He completed 60 of his 67 passes. He also won 10 duels. He made two key passes and scored a goal. And guess what? That's Darin Nunes' first assist, which is not to Mo Salah. So Darin Nunes already has like 7 or 8 assists in his Liverpool career. All of them went to Mo Salah, who scored, but this time it went to Dominic Solanke. Trent Alexander-Arnold also had a brilliant performance, 70% pass accuracy, but that's expected because Trent tries so many risky passes. The way he passes the ball is just an absolute joy to watch. He had 5 accurate long passes from 15 attempts, 6 crosses completed from 12, 7 chances created. Trent created 7 chances. He got an assist from the corner. He got 8 recoveries, 2 interceptions. But the craziest statistic, I think, is Ibrahima Konate, who won 20 out of his 24 duels. That's ground duels and aerial duels. He won 20 of 24, which is the highest duels won in 3 years in the Premier League, which is an absolutely brilliant statistic. And Konate sometimes plays very risky front foot defending, but most of the time it works out because he has incredible pace and physicality, and because he is such a front foot defender, he usually wins the ball back, even though he got a yellow card for a silly foul. But yeah, Liverpool now have to be very, very cautious with their defense, and that's why probably Joe Gomez played at left back. His crossing, his passing wasn't really great, and he made a big error in the first half where he dilly-dallies on the ball. He loses it on the halfway line as almost the last man, and there is two Sheffield United players running at Gomez and Trent. And thankfully, the goalkeeper Kelleher made a huge save, because at 0-0, if Sheffield United score under the new manager in his first game, the crowd would have been up for it, Sheffield United would have been up for it, but then Virgil van Dijk scored from a corner. So I think that is absolutely massive that Liverpool won this game, because Aston Villa played Man City in the same game, and I watched the second half after Liverpool finished playing. I watched the second half of the Aston Villa Man City game, and then it was too late to make a video. That's why I'm making this video today. And Aston Villa played Manchester City off the park. They had 22 shots against the Pep Guardiola team, which is the most shots a Pep Guardiola team faced since he came to England. Pep Guardiola's team also had 2 shots all game, which is the least amount of shots that Man City ever had under Pep Guardiola. Both were on target, but after the 11th minute, Man City had no shots, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And I think that is the best performance of Aston Villa, maybe for the last like 10 or 15 years. An Aston Villa fan can probably tell me whether that's accurate or not, but off the top of my head, I can't remember an Aston Villa team outplaying a truly big side. And remember, this is one of the all-time Premier League great sides, Man City, and Aston Villa played them off the park like they weren't even there. Man City didn't even have a sniff of the Aston Villa goal, which is absolutely remarkable. The way that they high-pressed Man City was absolutely brilliant. And we absolutely have to praise Trent Alexander-Arnold, because Trent Alexander-Arnold has now surpassed Paul Scholes in the all-time Premier League assist ranking with 56 assists in the Premier League. He gets one more, and it's the most assists for a defender in the history of the Premier League. And Scholes played 19 seasons, 718 games. And he also, Paul Scholes, played as a number 10, as a second striker. Then he became an attacking midfielder. And even when he was in a midfield too, there was a more defensive midfielder next to Scholes. So Scholes had a lot more chances to get a lot of assists in a dominant Man United team, by the way. So for Trent to surpass Paul Scholes in the assist rankings with 288 less games than Paul Scholes is absolutely amazing. It's really remarkable. Trent Alexander-Arnold is already a Liverpool legend and already a Premier League great, but he can become a bigger Premier League legend as the years go by, and hopefully Trent Alexander-Arnold will stay at Liverpool for the rest of his career. He's a Scouser born and bred, so I have high hopes that Trent will stay in the Liverpool side. But defensively, I still worry about Liverpool. Going forward, we are the best in the league. We have the most expected goals in the league, and behind Man City, we scored the most goals in the Premier League. And with the firepower that we have, even though Jota is out injured, we still have Gakpo, Luis Diaz, Darin Nunes and Mo Salah. That's still an amazing firepower, but defensively I still worry. Hopefully Alisson will be back for the Man United game, but yeah, Kelleher did pretty well against Sheffield United, and we need him to keep doing well and to keep making saves, because expected goals against Liverpool rank 5th alongside Chelsea actually. Man City, Arsenal and Newcastle have a lot lower XGA, that's expected goals against, than Liverpool. But Alisson overperforms that by a big margin. We conceded 6 goals less than we should have, which is really, really remarkable. And Liverpool have the joint best defense in terms of goals conceded in the league alongside Newcastle United and Arsenal. And now Man City have only the 4th best defense in the league. But in terms of chances conceded, Man City still are the best in the Premier League. But I think Liverpool had harder fixtures than Arsenal, because away from home, Liverpool got all their hard fixtures out of the way already, except Man United away and maybe Everton away. But other than that, we played Tottenham, and also, we haven't played Arsenal away yet. That's also a tough fixture. But we played Tottenham, Chelsea, Manchester City away from home, and maybe the Aston Villa away fixture is going to be very tough as well. But Liverpool Liverpool have a lot of their big, tough away games out of the way already, and we will play most of the big teams at home in the second half of the season. So I'm really hopeful of this Premier League campaign, that Liverpool can go on a winning run now, and that's what we have been building up to do. The Fulham victory was absolutely massive because we built on that by beating Sheffield United. We can build on that further by beating Crystal Palace, and after that we play Man United in the Premier League, which is going to be a massive game. Man United are still hanging in there in the top 4 race. They are not out of the title race, definitely, in my opinion. They just are not playing well enough. But they actually put in a pretty decent performance against Chelsea. I watched the highlights this morning. So how I see the league table unfolding, even if Tottenham beat West Ham, they will be actually level on points with Man City, which blows my mind that Tottenham could be level on points with Man City. But Man City have only 3 points from the last 4 games. Compare that to Arsenal, they have 12 points from the last 4 games. Liverpool have 10 points from the last 4 games. But the Crystal Palace away game will be very tough. Hopefully McAllister can come back fit for that game, or even if he doesn't, I think we should play Gravenberch maybe alongside Szoboszlai and Endo in midfield. So that will be a really tough game for Liverpool. And the Aston Villa Arsenal game is huge. I think if Arsenal fail to win that, then Liverpool can go top of the league, and that should be the position that we are already in, because if the referees did their job against Tottenham and Brighton, Liverpool would be 5 points better off, and that means we could already be leading the Premier League table by a big margin. We could be like 9 points ahead of Man City. At the moment we are 4 points ahead. So we play Crystal Palace. After that we have the meaningless Union Saint-Gilloise game in the Europa League. A lot of youngsters will play, and after that we play Man United, then we play West Ham in the League Cup quarter-final. That is a big game as well, but Jurgen Klopp will probably rotate for that game because we have that huge Arsenal game coming up one day before Christmas on the 23rd of December, and I think that could be a title decider. And then we play Burnley, and then we play Newcastle at home. So the next 3 home games for Liverpool are season defining in the Premier League: Man United, Arsenal and Newcastle. If we could win all 3 of them, then I'm convinced Liverpool could win the Premier League title. These are the big tests that we have to come through, and all of them are at Anfield, which gives Liverpool a massive advantage, because we still are, I think, in a 100% capacity at Anfield. We have won 7 games out of 7 at home, and away from home our away form is improving. Now we have won 3 games away from home, only lost 1, and that was against Tottenham, which was a really unjustified loss. But yeah, Crystal Palace at home will be a tough one. Even though Crystal Palace's home record is not great, as I'm seeing, they only won once. They lost 4 out of the 7 games that they played at home. So hopefully Liverpool can get a victory there. It's going to be a tough game, but hopefully with Tsimikas back instead of Gomez. Gomez is not a left back, so it's a really like a makeshift left back solution for Liverpool. Hopefully with Tsimikas at left back we can offer more threat on the left hand side. I'm a little bit worried about Luis Diaz's form. He has been a little bit off form, but of course there are mitigating circumstances. His father was kidnapped, so we should give Luis Diaz every chance and every time, all the time in the world, to get back to form and fitness, and hopefully he recovers mentally and emotionally from that terrible ordeal. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Good night.